Southwest Airlines has created a customer of size extra seat policy. So I've done some research so you don't have to about what it means, who it applies to, and how to use it correctly without incurring any additional costs. So what exactly is Southwest Airlines policy for customers of size? Customers who encroach on any part of the neighboring seat or seats may proactively purchase any number of needed seats prior to travel. This will ensure the additional seat or seats are available. The armrest is considered the definitive boundary in between seats. You are not required to purchase those seats prior to boarding. You're able to go to a gate agent or customer service agent and speak to them about your needs, and they will determine whether or not an extra seat or two are required for you, and they will be given to you complimentary. Southwest is doing this to protect the comfort and safety of everyone on board and to prevent people having to relinquish their seats to accommodate others. How do you know if you need a second seat? The armrest is considered the definitive gauge of customers of size. It serves as the boundary in between seats. If you're unable to lower both armrests or encroach into any portion of the seat next to you, you need a second seat. If you need a seatbelt extension, do you need a second seat? Not necessarily. A seatbelt extension isn't the determining factor, the armrests are. Why purchase a second seat if you can go get it at the airport for free? Purchasing a second seat in advance helps Southwest determine what their inventory is, which will help them prevent an oversale of the flight. This also gives you the ability of not having to have awkward conversations with gate agents or customer service agents if you don't want to have that at the airport. Southwest says they'll refund every extra seat purchase for customers of size, even if the flight oversells. How do you book an extra seat for customers of size? The way to do it is go through your booking exactly as you normally would. When you get to the passengers, for your additional passenger, for any seat that is the customer of size seat, in the middle initials, put XS in capitals. If you have a middle name, put your middle name as well as XS in that slot. As you can see here, if your name is Tom Smith, you write Tom XS Smith. If your name is Tom James Smith, you're gonna write Tom, middle name James XS, last name Smith. How do you get a refund for the second seat purchase? So there's two ways after the flight to request the refund. One, go and email customer support at southwest.com/feedback, where you can send an email request, or calling 1-800-I-FLY-SWA, which is 1-800-435-9792. In their policy, it says, even if the flight oversells, they'll refund you the cost of the extra tickets. So how do you check in if you're a customer of size and has purchased an additional seat? So you can check in online or at a self-service kiosk just to ensure your boarding position, but this is really important. You have to see a customer service agent to get the required documents that make you eligible for receiving your refund for having the customer of size extra seat. If you've realized you got to the airport and you haven't purchased that extra seat and you need it, don't worry about it. You go to speak to a customer service agent and they will determine whether or not you need an additional 1 or 2 seats, and they'll give it to you complimentary. When you get a customer of size extra seat, you are allowed to pre-board on the plane. That'll help you find the seats that will best suit you, as well as save the seats that you need required for yourself. You can also board with your standard boarding group, but gives you the risk of not having the seat next to you saved. Southwest will not guarantee you having a seat next to you because they give you the ability of pre-boarding to save that seat that you need. Last October, me and my fiance, we flew to Hawaii and we flew Southwest. And when we checked in, it was kind of embarrassing. They offered me an additional seat, but I didn't know about the policy at the time, but it made our flight so comfortable. We had an extra seat in between us. My shoulders are wide, so I usually encroach onto her seat, and this made it so that we had enough space and the flight was great. This policy is great, and it'll make flying for me as well as anyone in my row so much more comfortable. In the comments, I'll drop Southwest's link to the customer of size policy so it's easily accessible for you guys to refer to. Follow ValidXL for all your big and tall product reviews and tips. As always, I got you, XL Crew.